Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream. My name is Taven Sudweeks, and I'm here joined by
Zach Waring.
And we are going to get right into this quick pick ban phase for the maps. We are versus the CSM right now, and we are just going to hop right into this one. So right away, we're seeing Consulate Lair quick bans from both sides. I believe Neumont is on the attack first in this series. I think these are pretty average bans. These are kind of what you're going to be expecting from a lot of higher level teams. This is just sort of defending both teams from any sort of shenanigans that could occur on either of these maps.
Haven also got banned, and it looks like Skyscraper as well.
Yeah, this leaves a really nice, really consistent sort of baseline for these remaining maps. Stuff like Chalet is really great for ops like Ram and Castle as well. So we're going to see a lot of really valuable sort of foundational play here. All right, Neumont going Cafe first off. This is a really solid pick, very classic map. And then going to Border second. I'm going to finish off the set with I believe it should be I forget how this, I think it's CSM goes on attack second.
Looks like Bank just got eliminated as well.
Yeah, second round's a ban comes out, that's right. Yeah, Bank and CSM is, I believe, going with their last ban here. Between Chalet and Clubhouse. Going to take out Clubhouse, very valid. Those rotations that can be made from the defense can be pretty difficult to deal with, so I think that's a very solid ban there. So it looks like we're going to be heading to Chalet last. Neumont on attack on Cafe first is going to be the angle, and we will be getting right into that. So I think these sort of these maps are going to be really telling for the the tempo of these games and how they're sort of going to be played out over the course of this set. Starting out on Cafe is going to be really nice. What sort of operators do you think we're going to be looking for from both sides here, especially where Neumont is on attack first if they want to try to get some early momentum going?
Maybe some breachers and some quick entry. Although Neumont was playing a little bit slower last week, so
yeah, the play we saw for them earlier was a lot slower in their engages, which was a little difficult for them as the defending team was able to really coordinate and set up a solid defense in the middle of the attack, which is a little bit awkward to see. But I think if Neumont is able to handle a little bit more of a quicker play style, I think they're going to be sitting in a really great spot going into these first matches. I'm hoping for some, like you said, some really quick breachers to get Neumont into those good positions so that they can hopefully find some value in these early rounds on attack. I believe the lobby is currently getting set up. So we're just going to go to an intermission real quick, and then we will be right back as soon as the games are ready to go.
Sorry, we're sending the stream to our parents. We'll be a second. Good luck, everyone. Meow.
All right, and we are back, heading right into operator pick bans. Right away for CSM is going to be banning first the attackers. We're going to see right away a quick Dokebi ban, definitely very understandable. Such valuable information can be gotten from Dokebi, so it's a very solid first ban. Neumont on second attacker ban. Gonna be picking up the Jackal ban. That's a big one, especially on Cafe. This is a really valuable operator to just get so much value from with the tracking. You can get so much.
And on defender ban, we got Maria.
Mira is really valuable. I forget on specifically this map if she's got a whole lot of really good setups, but she definitely has a lot of really strong potential just in most compositions because of the power that she has with the mirror. She can set up so many good positions where you can set up these really nasty peaks, peaks, and really just put your opponents in a tough position. And then finally we saw Valkyrie. Those cams can be really difficult to deal with, so very solid bans all around. On defense from CSM, we are seeing a pretty solid sort of turtling defense going on here. We got the castle, we got Mute as well as Jaeger. So this is looking to be really valuable for CSM. Going second floor, going to the cigar lounge. Yeah, so this is going to be really telling right away if Neumont is going to be able to deal with this sort of turtling defense that CSM is going to be putting up, or if they're kind of going to have a difficult time getting past these difficult angles that CSM is going to be putting up.
5 seconds left. Bomb located by attacker.
Neumont did find the bomb site, so they do know where it's at.
Out to defuse a bomb.
Neumont on attack. We've got the Nomad, Ying, Buck. Lion is going to be really valuable here. With just the Mute is going to be helpful for dealing with that, but it is still going to be a lot of valuable information that you're going to be able to get from that Lion.
Looks like Neumont here is all going through the same spot, grouping up, trying to just push through together.
Yeah, and we're seeing no like heavy like flank angles coming out from CSM. They're all kind of sticking around this second floor. So we might see a bit of an interesting angle. Right away we're seeing, ooh, Poke High went for the window, but did get caught out by Jedi Winner, who's sitting at a bit of an awkward angle. Phantom Unknown taking a little bit of damage.
Neumont just setting up on the roof, looking for an opportunity at the moment.
Yeah, everyone's settling around the skylight, trying to find a good angle to go through from. Novatech holding a pretty solid angle for this skylight, though. Is Neumont going to be able to deal with this? Jedi Winner still holding out in Cigar Lounge. DQ is going for a pretty heavy flank through. Already went through the hatch. Novatech able to find DQ, though.
Neumont's down 2 people right now. This isn't looking too good.
Yeah, these numbers are a little bit rough.
It's going to need to find some picks soon. Or
The Lion still has not used any charges, so... Oh, yeah, we're going to see it, but immediately gets hit with a lot of damage. Lion Pinks come out, but Neumont's not able to find... Oh, there we go. Gothic Blossom able to find one. But Phantom Unknown goes down as well. Novatech is really doing solid with this peak. Neumont's going to have to make the most out of these 2 remaining Lion Chargers, but there goes the Lion. Really difficult situation for Gothic Blossom. Not going to be able to find anything. His position is well known. Got the diffuser, but this is such a difficult angle. He's going to need to find some way out. Yeah, just going to walk
backing out
away.
here. It's pretty smart. 40 seconds on the clock. Can he 1v4?
Doesn't quite get the kill. Gets a little bit of damage, but is going to get peeked around, and
CSM takes round 1.
yeah, pretty solidly as well. The Jaeger was able to handle such a threatening angle for so long, and Neumont wasn't really equipped to deal with that. Ying was really their best option for it, but wasn't able to make the most of that.
It'll be interesting to see if Neumont here makes any changes, because they got pretty overwhelmed that time.
Yeah, and right away we're seeing a quick adaptation coming in from CSM with the Vigil pick. This is going to be really threatening for Neumont. If we have a similar situation like last week where Neumont's not quite ready for those flank angles from the defenders, CSM's going to be put in a really solid position. We've also got the dock and the smoke, so there is no nothing to really counter like a Lion or anything to that degree. Could be an angle that Neumont wants to potentially look down.
10 seconds to go.
Neumont looking to not have any hard breach on
5 seconds.
their end. Sticking with a gridlock, I think? That's an interesting pick for sure.
Objective is to defuse a bomb.
It's going to be really interesting to see if that actually accomplishes anything. Ram is definitely going to be trying to go for these wooden floors on the second floor, but Frost is setting up pretty nicely up there, looking to camp that out and shut down any sort of offensive plays.
Neumont here once again, going in on the roof, and it looks like through a side door too.
Yeah, Osa shield coming out. Gonna be looking for a little bit of value. Smoke charge comes out though. Gonna take a little bit of damage to that. Not gonna die, but that offensive angle is kind of shut down. Oh, Pokea gets hit by the Frost mat. Wasn't quite expecting that one. Neumont's offensive pressure is a little bit just awkward here. They're not really finding anything. Any good angles to go down. Frag goes out, smoke charge as well. Not going to find any value either way. Virgil also sitting on the second floor, going to be trying to stop any sort of plays from the Ram. Oza taking a little bit of damage, but the shield is going to come in clutch. Neumont spending a lot of time here to not really get a whole lot of value. This is putting them in a bit of a difficult situation. Gothic Blossom going to try to nade.
1:30 left on the clock.
Vigil's just going to drop down and sort of give this pressure back to the Ram. This is going to be pretty valuable for Neumont if they're able to get it off. Ooh, but does get taken a lot of damage. Jedi Winner getting a lot of value. A minute left on the clock, and Neumont is still sitting way outside of the objective. DQ goes down to Novatech. Frost still getting completely uncontested here. Novatech is able to make the rotation as well. Yeah, and now just Neumont, their entire offense just gets completely dismantled by the Vigil. Does go down, but Jedi Winner's got a good angle on him. It's going to be pretty difficult to deal with this. Yeah, and there we go.
Yeah. Neumont losing that defuser right away made it really difficult for them.
Yeah, that was very awkward. They were able to, CSM was really able to play well around that and just hold this really difficult angle. And Neumont really had a really rough time just handling these known bodies that they had. You know, the Frost and the Vigil were known to be there, but that Neumont wasn't able to properly push in and take those out.
Looks like Neumont's going to be running a sledge, so have a decent breacher this time.
Yeah, going to be playing a little bit more aggressively this time around. Once again on this first floor, so these wooden floors are going to be very valuable for the Ram. I think Neumont just needs to find a little bit better rhythm for going on these engages. They're giving CSM way too much time to sort of settle into every attack.
I'd like to see a little bit more flanking going on from Neumont here, because so far they've been going in from one or two directions, making it really easy for CSM to lock down those areas.
For sure, yeah, those are not great angles to be looking towards if they're known. So Neumont has been always kind of on the back foot in terms of information. Neumont once again doesn't have any hard breach. Yeah, they actually have 0 hard breach. Or no, there we go. Yeah, the Sophia has hard breach, but dealing with that bandit is going to be a little awkward. I don't know that they have any EMP nades. Once again, on the second floor, we've got several bodies here going to be able to try to stop any sort of ram plays. Neumont all on the roof. They're going to be attacking from a lot of pretty similar angles. So if they're not able to get this quick take of the second floor, they're going to be looking at a really awkward situation. Neumont droning in right away.
Neumont is playing pretty slow again. If they don't speed up, they might start feeling that time crunch.
Yeah. And I don't exactly know why Neumont isn't like pushing in. They droned through and then no one followed the drones, so they just kind of like let that go. Poke High does go down to Jedi Winner, holding that angle once again. Finds the double as well onto Zombethan. DQ and Phantom Unknown able to make it an even game once again though. Oh man.
Jedi getting another on DQ.
Neumont is just not able to handle these difficult angles. And Jedi Winner is consistently winning these really valuable gunfights. Ooh.
Ooh, and there goes the diffuser.
That pulse is super threatening. Able to get so much value off of that as well. And I think Gothic Blossom, we've seen some good play from him, but I just don't think this is going to be possible for a solo Zofia. Flashes go out, flashes himself. Pulse once again holding this angle, and ooh, doesn't quite get the kill. Tossing the C4, and Jedi Winner is able to get a quad.
Jedi Winner's a really strong player here for CSM.
Yeah, getting so much, just constantly able to find so many picks and put Neumont in a really awkward position, always on the back foot, and that's really what you want to see. seeing a pretty similar situation. We're gonna be going third floor for CSM. Yeah, Neumont is really having a tough time handling just any sort of engages onto these defensive lineups, and any sort of rotation or angle holding by CSM is just completely uncontested. It looks like we might be getting a little bit of something to deal with that with the Grim, but we'll have to see if it really amounts to anything.
Looks like Neumont's gonna switch to a Maverick, maybe? Oh, no. Looks like we're going Fuse, I think that is.
That's Ying, yeah. It's going to be awkward into the Jaeger, since each of those Cabela's is such high value. Losing that to the Jaeger is going to be pretty brutal, but it could be nice for trying to deal with these angles that are going to be held here. Especially from Novatech, and likely Cospacey.
Neumont here once again gravitating towards that roof.
Yeah. DQ going right in with the sledge. Gonna be trying to go through a quick breach through the cocktail lounge, but isn't gonna be able to find anything. Known position now, probably should rotate away.
Yeah, it's a very dangerous angle to peek with two people looking at him.
Yeah. Cabela's come out from Ying. Not finding anything though. Gridlock as well coming out. Azumi, ooh, able to get a little bit of damage onto Poke High, but not finding anything else. Wall comes out. And Jedi Winner is just playing these gunfights so effectively. Really playing well around the shields. And Neumont is just kind of stuck on those windows, not able to find anything of value up there. Zombethan is going to be trying to look through this skylight, but not going to be able to find anything. Got the Blossom.
Getting a kill.
DQ going to try to go in through the second floor, find any sort of angle to push in through. Grim immediately getting shot out by the Jaeger drone. And this is kind of what we were expecting to see. Jaeger's such a valuable pick into this composition. Nade comes out from DQ. Suspicious of a rotation gonna be made by, I believe that was... Who was that? I have no idea, but someone's down there and is very suspicious of them.
Oh, yep. Looks like they're right at the bottom of the stairs there.
Attackers have located a bomb.
30 seconds left on the clock. DQ is able to take, get a pick onto Novatech, but immediately gets C4'd. Neumont needs to start pushing in a lot more aggressively here. Just gonna tank that Maruni wall.
30 seconds left to get it planted.
Ooh, nice flick by Phantom Unknown, able to take out Jedi Winner.
Seconds remaining.
Gets a second one on Cospacey, but not much time left. They're gonna have to push in aggressively. Phantom Unknown just gonna go for the defuse. He doesn't have any time and just gets taken out.
It was the closest we've seen so far from Neumont.
Yeah, that was a lot better. Still a little unfortunate with the timing of certain plays, and I think they spent way too much time trying to push through that window. That was pretty well defended, and then just ran out of time towards the end, and just had to run in against a just like haphazardly.
Yeah, I think Neumont needs to recognize here that they're spending a bit too much time before engaging, and they just need to go for it at some point.
Yeah, they're telegraphing their pushes really loudly, and CSM is definitely making the most of that. It seems like CSM just kind of has these set compositions for each objective. They're really not looking to play around what Neumont could potentially be picking. They just go with what they've got. Since I believe this is the exact same as it was the first time they went on first floor.
I believe that's correct.
And it was the same on third floor as well, so
Looks like we're going to be seeing some swaps from Neumont here to Blackbeard
Attackers are heading out to
and...
defuse the
that's
bomb.
Osa. Yeah. I think these are solid picks, but one hard breacher and not much else going on for them. A lot of like combat availability for Neumont. They do have EMP nades though to deal with the Bandit and Cade.
C4 coming out.
Ooh, able to
That's
find
a
it as
beautiful
well.
Pick.
Phantom Unknown not able to react in time, and losing those Osa shields is going to be pretty brutal. Pokeha going through, not finding any damage. Smoke comes out. Ooh, yeah, Neumont's kind of in a tough position. Trying to deal with the smoke and all of this ordnance coming in from CSM is pretty brutal. Novatech on the second floor, going to be trying to find a good angle to push in through. Rooney clone just goes off there, not able to find anything. Oh, and Ghost Mason getting a triple with... That's so brutal. Neumont clumped way too closely together, especially in this position, and yeah, that's just going to be the round. There's no way DQ can take out all 5 members of CSM. Gonna make a rotation away from this door, but it's gonna be pretty difficult to find anything after that. Yeah, and Oppo is just gonna whip around, find that pick, and that's a flawless round for CSM. Oh, with the 3K on the C4, that is so brutal. Neumont needs to really be cautious of stuff like that.
Yeah, that's 4 or 5 picks there with the C4 that game.
Yeah, Neumont's not really reacting to those in time. Headed back to the second floor, going with... Once again, this pulse is going to be pretty difficult for Neumont to deal with if they're not careful. And the Frost has gotten value. Neumont's not always checking their entrances super carefully.
Bomb located by attackers.
As we're seeing this this set go on, CSM seems to be getting a lot more comfortable with rotations. In the first round, we saw like everyone just stuck around the objective, but now we're seeing Olive go way out towards the bottom of first floor and just kind of camp out with that pulse. And here we've got like no one on the objective. CSM is playing super comfortably, and that's going to put Neumont in a really difficult position as they have no knowledge of where anyone on the enemy team is.
Yeah, but Neumont has proven that we're not always the most aware of flankers.
Yeah, taking these awkward pushes through like windows and just hopping into them without looking is a little bit dangerous.
Neumont here getting some valuable intel on their locations.
Yeah, they can see that there's pretty much no one on A, so they might just kind of try to punish these really heavy rotations and flanks coming out from CSM and just go for a quick take of the objective. Zombethan on the roof, going to be trying to find something on the third floor. DQ goes down to Novatech, though. Finka Charge goes out. Gothic Blossom able to find one just
very low
barely.
here.
Lion Charge coming out as well. Ah, but Zombethan goes down. Isn't going to be dead entirely, but I don't think anyone's in a position to go find him. Oh, but we do have the Finka. I forgot. Finka is going to be able to pick up Zombethan. Might be able to find a bit of a surprise pick. Lion Charge coming out once again.
Neumont here looking for a grenade, and does it get him?
don't think he's going to be able to
Doesn't
find
look
anything
like
there.
it.
I like this sort of split push that Neumont is going for, but it's gonna need to happen faster if they're gonna be able to get any value off of it. Jedi Winner able to go to get that kill onto Zombie Ethan, and on the 3rd floor, uncontested now. Just gonna find so much damage onto Poke High. Not the kill though.
Attackers have dropped the
No more Finka charges from Gothic Blossom. Not going to be able to pick up Poke High. Jedi Winner's going to be able to finish that kill off. And with just one left, no diffuser as well. This is looking pretty tough. Yeah, Neumont does have really solid... or Gothic Blossom has a really good angle onto the objective, but no diffuser means this is pretty much a done deal.
Yep. CSM using that number advantage there to flank and angle him off while he was distracted.
Yeah. That offensive play from Neumont was a lot more creative than we've seen so far, and I like that those angles that they were going for, but it just wasn't good enough to handle that those plays from CSM, and I think Neumont's really losing a lot of valuable gunfights as well.
Yeah, I really liked Neumont's positioning there, but I think once again they just took too long to execute and gave CSM plenty of time to react.
Yeah.
Attackers need to locate and
Neumont on
defuse the bomb.
defense now. Match point for CSM. And right away we are seeing a really heavily defensive, very trap-oriented composition from Neumont. Legion, Frost, and Thorn. This is going to be pretty interesting to go for, especially going into this, going up 3rd floor. Most plans for attack are just going to be on this roof, so they're going to kind of ignore any Frost mats and Legion mines. We'll have to see if this is going to be able to get any sort of value or if this is kind of a weird pick. Maestro Cam is going to be
Attackers objective is
somewhat valuable if we find good positions for it, but a lot of 3rd floor defense comes down to how well you can handle dealing with skylight pressure.
CSM taking multiple angles on the building, it looks like.
Yeah, and this is the sort of play that you want to be seeing from attack. We see so much like quick rotation. Novatech and Jedi Win are going to be going in through the 2nd floor, it looks like, potentially. Or no, Jedi Winner's just going in through the window while everyone else is sitting on skylights and hatches. Novatech holding a really nasty angle. Not able to find any damage, though, and does just get taken out entirely by DQ. Zombie Ethan goes down. And there goes Poke High as well. I think Neumont's a little uncomfortable with how to play around Skylight here, as we're seeing just like random pot shots being taken towards the Skylight, and that gives away your position. And that's like the worst thing you can do against the Skylight op. Grim comes out, takes a little bit of damage, but nothing crazy.
CSM getting those drones in there, getting some valuable intel.
Yeah, and just really nicely picking apart Neumont's defense. Maestro left on left, sitting in the bathroom but not able to find anything, and CSM's going to take that one really well. 7-0. Neumont is looking really confused and a little bit frightened by just how well Neumont or CSM was playing that. And I think going into into the next game, we're gonna need to see some really heavy adaptation coming in from Neumont. If they play just the same way that they just did going into CSM, I don't think they're gonna be able to find anything, since CSM's defense is just super effective at sort of locking
I'm so
down.
sorry, I didn't know kill cams were on.
But where they're locking down these specific angles of attack and just sort of isolating them, it's going to be really difficult to deal with So that's going to be pretty interesting to see if Neumont is going to be able to deal with that. I think we'll have a quick break here. So I think we'll just head to intermission, and we will be right back. And we are back going into this second game of this round. Neumont once again going on to defense this round. So CSM is going to be able to show off a bit more of their offensive plays going forward. They had a really solid, even though it was just one round, they had a really solid attack in the previous game. Jackal quick ban here, definitely understandable.
It'll be interesting to see if there's any more specific target bans this time, now that they know what each other are playing.
Neumont gonna ban Blackbeard. We didn't really see that from CSM. Neumont picked it one round, but wasn't able to get really anything with that. But a lot of people are, I think his rework is a little divisive, so might be just a specific hate ban for Neumont. On defense, gonna ban the Valkyrie. Once again, very understandable bans coming out here. Especially on border, Valkyrie's cams can be a little bit difficult to find, and they can get so much value. And Pulse coming out from CSM as the final ban. Pretty solid ones. Notably, both rounds. I just forgot who I was going to talk about, but there's been a specific defender that hasn't been touched. That's usually pretty widely hated. On defense, Neumont going for second floor First off, we've got the Mira Castle going to be very valuable. Cade going to be able to hopefully stop some hard breaching. The Mozzie and the Warden are interesting picks here. If the Warden stays undetected, could be really valuable into this Ying pick. And Mozzie's going to be pretty nice for intel gathering. We'll have to see if they're able to use the additional drones here to great effect. From offense here from CSM, pretty solid lineup. No hard breach, they do have the ace, but aside from that, and more importantly, no EMPs. So gonna be looking kind of awkward going into this Cade.
CSM once again splitting throughout the whole building here, taking a lot of space up.
Yeah, and Neumont's very tightly clustered just around the objective. They're not going for any hard flank angles or anything like that. So CSM is going to get a lot of space here really quickly and really effectively. Novotech going to take a little bit of damage in return for those shots fired, but able to find a pick onto Gothic Blossom right away. That's really awkward for Neumont. Pokehigh going down with the Kabbalas, and wow, just
DQ also going down.
what an effective offensive push from CSM. Able to get so much going down. Plant goes down as well. Phantom Unknown just locked in this box here. Not going to be able to find anything.
Attackers need to protect the diffuser. Position compromised.
Yeah, and just goes down as well. Able to find a trade, but wow, what a decisive attack from CSM.
Well, very effective and quick push from CSM there. Not showing any of the fear that Neumont was showing on their defense last game.
Yeah, and you can see some really nice coordination with CSM where they were able to push on all of these angles simultaneously and put Neumont in just this really confusing and very disorienting situation where there was no clear angle to shoot at that Neumont has been giving to CSM pretty frequently. Once again, going second floor, very similar setup here. Swaps out the Warden for Mute, and Legion as well is going to be somewhat valuable, but I think this is going to run into very similar problems as the previous round.
Yeah, I think Neumont really needs to spread out and take some map control here.
Yeah, Neumont's giving away so much control just everywhere, and CSM is going to be able to make the most of that and find so much value to just pincer this entire objective away. Pretty much the same composition from CSM on attack once again.
Looks like CSM is running roughly the same attack pattern too.
Yeah, just going for this spread out positioning. Neumont is once again all clustered around the objective. We do see a much harder rotation from DQ. Might be able to find someone, but everyone else is going to be kind of sitting ducks here, dealing with the offensive pressure. Novotech able to find DQ right away as well. CSM taking this one a little bit slower, not going to push super aggressively towards anything. But Avopo able to open up the floor here, potentially get some picks through the floor. Neumont's just looking very scared as they're not going to be able to find anything. Pokehigh goes down. Neumont's just holding these awkward angles that aren't going to be getting any value. Kospezi getting so much off of just holding this one breach. Takes out the bulletproof and is going to go for the plant right away. Zombie-Thin goes down, and Oppo, last one left, able to find a pick, but not going to be enough. in the face of just this brutal offensive pressure from CSM.
Neumont's gonna need to find a solution to this pretty soon, or they're gonna be in trouble.
Yeah, this is looking to be a very quick match if Neumont is not able to find any sort of like map pressure. Just focusing around the objective is going to be putting them in a difficult position 9 times out of 10.
By attackers. Bomb located by attackers.
Not setting up on first floor this time.
I like the castle pick here, but we've seen this echo from Zombie-Ethan before, and it hasn't been the most effective. We'll have to see if it gets a little bit more value this time around. Going for a lot of concusses here. The Cade is going to be available to block the hard breaches,
5 seconds remaining.
but not even reinforcing this upper hatch is potentially a little bit worrying.
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
DQ once again the only one away from the point here.
If we see something like a fuse come out for CSM, I think Neumont's going to have it a little bit thrown in their face how awkward it is with their positioning. DQ holding a bit of a deep angle. Might not be able to find anything though.
CSM taking out the cams.
Yeah, really good cam control from CSM, keeping Neumont away from any valuable information. Zombie-Ethan goes down as well. Novatech able to get a lot of value with these quick pushes. Finds another one onto Gothic Blossom.
That hatch they didn't reinforce is really hurting them here.
Yeah. Novatech with the soft breach Ash is going to be able to find so much value. Pokehigh also took a lot of damage, so this plant from CSM is going to be pretty much free. DQ forced to rotate back towards the point. But just following the footsteps of everyone on CSM, not going to be able to find anything, I'm sure. Oppo holding that angle, able to find DQ as well, and CSM taking yet another round. Novatech with 5 kills, 0 deaths. Neumont's really gonna need to find something, or that this is just gonna be another dominant match coming in from CSM. And this was CSM's pick as well for maps, so this is exactly what they wanted to see on Border.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Neumont headed back to its second floor. Could be a little awkward if they play it the same way they have been.
Bomb located by attackers. Activating jammer.
We're really repeatedly seeing this sort of lack of utility from CSM's composition in favor of just brute force sort of like objective pushing. But Neumont has not been able to punish that quite yet. We are seeing a lot more rotation right away though. Phantom Unknown and DQ potentially going to be sitting off of the point.
They're sitting in the same spot though, so.
Yeah, Neumont really just hanging out a lot too much. Leaving B side pretty much uncontested is a little interesting.
CSM once again taking control of the whole map.
Yeah, they're able to just casually run through every door, every angle without any fear. And that's giving them so much time to work with. Phantom Unknown goes down. DQ as well, going down to Jedi Winner.
Claymore mine is ready. The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped. Attackers recover the diffuser.
Finka Charge comes out. Grim going to be getting a lot of value with these bees everywhere. Kospezi just finding so much value. Diffuser goes down. Got the Blossom does find Jedi Winner, but Olive is able to make the trades, gets a 2K, and ends the round. Really nicely done. And we can kind of tell Neumont is just kind of floundering for anything to work at this point. It feels like they really cannot find any sort of leverage. Every round feels very, very dominant from CSM.
Neumont here going back to the first floor.
We're definitely going to need to see this hatch reinforced this time around. No Cade is going to be a little bit worrisome, though. Vigil from Phantom Unknown does indicate they might be trying to hold on to a little bit more map pressure, which is very valuable. Oh, they're not going to reinforce it. They're going to blow it out. Okay.
It's an interesting strategy from Neumont there.
Yeah, it's going to give CSM a lot of offensive pressure towards A site, and that's going to be. I don't know if they're really equipped to handle that. Just giving that away for free.
CSM going with their usual entry on all sides of the map.
Yeah, and CSM actually just like preferring to take control of the second floor here. We've got 3 members on second. Or 4 now. Dokebi, last one left. Ooh, Novatech does go down. DQ with that rotation is able to find one.
Very good pick here. That might be what Neumont needs.
Oppo on the Dokebi is going to be trying to find something. DQ is in a really tough position, though. Kospezi going to be looking for that that Legion. Jedi Winner taking out Phantom Unknown. And DQ is probably... Oh, no, he's made it out alive. Oppo is finding 2, though. Finally gets taken out with that solo push onto objective. That's very interesting.
It's a 2v3 here, closer than most matches so far.
Yeah, Jedi Winner holding a really nice angle. DQ finding Olive. Now Neumont's just got to watch out for these hatch plays from CSM. No really soft reach coming out from CSM, but DQ not able to find Jedi Winner. Gothic Blossom, last one left on Neumont's side. Gonna need to find something. Grim charges come out, but the Jaeger is able to stop a little bit of it.
CSM dropping down.
Oh, not finding that
not
kill.
Quite finding him.
Oh, that's super awkward.
CSM getting the plant off.
Yeah. And just goes down. That's really rough to see. Had a really fantastic angle onto the both of them, but just didn't find the kills. Neumont just looking a little uncomfortable, a little out of their zone.
Moving on to round 6 here, it looks like we're going back to the second floor for Neumont. Really seems like they're indecisive about how they want to go about this.
Yeah, I think a lot of their players are really just not comfortable with like pushing off of the objective, and that's leading them to really rough situations where so much of the map is instantly controlled by CSM. We are seeing a Fenrir pick from Neumont that's going to be pretty valuable for shutting down some of these tough offensive pushes. The Rook as well, going to be pretty nice. But I don't know that this sort of composition is what's going to be the difference maker going to this final round of attack.
10 seconds left before insertion.
CSM making a swap here.
Just going to go with a Ying. No Jaeger, no Warden, no nothing to deal with this. Ying is going to be pretty brutal.
Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
Dokebi as well. There's nothing to shut down any sort of breaches from CSM. So this is going to be a pretty brutal round if Neumont's not careful.
CSM already starting to push into the building.
Novatech going in through hallway. Finds the cam as well.
Ready to breach.
Breach comes out. Gothic Blossom takes a bit of damage from it. DQ's able to find a melee onto Jedi winner. Dukapi charge comes out. And we're probably going to see a pretty aggressive push in from... Yeah, there we go. Oppo able to find the pick onto Zombethan. Almost finds a second one on DQ. DQ's just barely able to make it out. Olive goes down to Poke High, but Oppo's finding that second one. Novatech just pushes in. Phantom Unknown just going to lose the 1v1 against Novatech, and that is going to be 6th round side swap time. And I think this one's just about a wrap at this point. Neumont's got 1 round of attack to try to switch up this momentum, but it's going to be pretty brutal. 7 rounds in a row is not an easy task.
Yeah, especially from losing last map so decisively. Neumont's mental here is probably pretty rough.
Yeah. I do like this perspective attack composition from Neumont. They've got a lot of really valuable plays. They've got nice hard breach. Dukapi's just so valuable for the intel that you can get from it. It just is, a lot of it is just going to come down to whether or not they're able to handle this immediate and really spread out defense from CSM. Neumont's best play at this point is probably just to try to focus on the objective specifically as much as they can and try to ignore all of these really dangerous angles that CSM is going to be holding.
Yeah, if I were Neumont here, I'd be pushing point as hard and as fast as I can. Take that control and make CSM push you.
Yeah.
A bomb has been located.
Neumont just clearing out these windows on first floor, making sure that there's no one. Is going to be pushing through, but Olive holding a pretty solid angle here. Just barely not able to find Poke High. A single hit away from death. Lion charge comes out. Gonna go down to Novatech though.
Neumont has to get the diffuser now too.
Yeah. Oh, and Oppo just able to take out so many with such a brutal push out of objective and finds the final one, able to finish out the round, and that is going to be match and set point. CSM takes that one without dropping a single game. That was so well played from them. Really, really nicely done.
Neumont here couldn't adapt fast enough to take a map or even a round.
Yeah, and I think even though it was such a decisive and such a one-sided almost match, I think Neumont still had a lot of great plays, and I think they were really thinking a lot with their operator picks. Their composition was, I think, really nice a lot of the time, very well balanced and well set up to handle a lot of the pressure that CSM was going to be putting on them, but they just weren't able to execute properly on that. On those ideas, and so they were just not able to finish those rounds out. I think hopefully in the coming weeks throughout Playfly, we're going to be able to see a little bit more of those plays come out from Neumont, and they're able to hopefully make the best of those.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Neumont can learn from their defeats here and get some wins in the future.
For sure. Well, I think that's going to be everything from us. Thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure to tune in tomorrow. We have some Valorant A-Team coming out and that'll be exciting to watch. So we will see you then.